Hello, let's have a real conversation about driving change, and in particular about this concept you might have heard about being the tip of the spear. Driving change is the essence of leadership. The whole idea of leadership is we're leading somebody to someplace different. We're leading our organization someplace different. And that requires change. That requires us to be change agents and manufacturers and drivers of change in our organizations. Now, getting consensus on change is nice. If you can pull that off, more power to you. In most cases, it's not realistic to expect everyone in the organization to adopt and be enthusiastic about the changes you're trying to make. So you get to this fundamental question as a leader at some point: when do I have enough support, and when do I just need to maybe push through a little bit of the resistance that I'm getting in the organization? Now, this is situational to a very large degree because there's some change that needs to happen now. There's some change that's event-driven. And in that case, you're not going to have a lot of time to build shared vision and consensus and understanding. In other cases, you're going to have a lot more time. Some of the changes you need to make in your organization take place over months or years. And so you would have more time in that case to build your case, to communicate, to get people used to new ideas and absorbing those ideas and starting to process them on their own terms. So, but either way, whether the change happens quickly or over a long period of time, you may end up being in a position of being on the tip of the spear, the person that's really driving the change. And of course, the metaphor of spear is, I don't want you to think I'm professing violence, but people do need to feel a little bit of discomfort when change is occurring in the organization. And it's not your job to protect them from that sense of disorientation or concern or even pain. And so you do hold that tip of the spear in your hands, and sometimes you have to nudge, and sometimes you have to create a little bit of an ouch, for people to see that change needs to happen. Certainly one of the things that causes leaders to fail in their change efforts is to allow a person or group of persons to simply dig their heels in. And so you may need to carry that spear. If you're really good and really lucky, you might be able to get everybody on board without any pain, without any discomfort, without any uncomfortable change. But more likely, you're going to have to drive things at times. And I think this is one of the real critical choices you need to make as you move into your leadership career is how much of a peacemaker am I, as opposed to how much of a change agent am I. So are you willing to create some pain in your organization? Are you willing to have some conflict? Are you willing to have some people who openly oppose you or be angry at you or feel disappointed in you because they're being asked to do things they don't want to? And if you're not willing to deal with that level of conflict and discomfort, you might not be on the path to being the kind of leader that you could. Again, driving change, it's where it's at. Your organization has to move at all times, and you are the catalyst for that. Make it happen. Be courageous. We'd love to hear from you. Please comment below and get back to us with any questions, comments, success stories, or suggestions that we might pass on to the rest of you. Thanks very much.